tranquility, no traffic, no worries.
No traffic, no pollution.
Yep. Coffee farm, and here we go, Madagascar roller coaster road.
Enjoy the African massage.
Nice roller coaster.
Đâu? Xuất ra, vô. To be honest, this is the first time for me, so they just told me.
So basically you have to sort, you have to take all the red one and you pick the red one. Like they have to be really mature, you know, because if they're like this, then this is not a quality. This is, you can do like commercial thing. But if you do specialty coffee, then they have to be like really, really red. Because this is not like really red. Because this, I mean, they're still red, but you see there is a yellow and the red mixed together.
Yes.
So it's not gonna be like on the considered high quality coffee from Madagascar.
But how to get the red one? I mean.
So because when you pick from the tree, you have to pick only red.
And
not green, not yellow, not this. They shouldn't pick this one.
Okay.
Like these ones. Like these ones, it shouldn't be picked.
So
they should stay on the tree until they're gonna get really red. You know.
And what about those black crack on the side?
That is some like this. This is good quality. You know, because this is red. This is what they need to pick. But this one is kind of like can be like a little bit like either damaged or not really developed, because each of them has 2 beans inside.
Yeah.
So you see, this is one bean, this is another bean. But this one can be damaged inside because it doesn't comes even easily out. So then you put them in the water, and then even this one. So this is called floaters. So basically, the good coffees goes down, and the bad one floats. And then you remove them.
Tena fandrefesana zany mihitsy zany io izy.
Le calibre.
Le hoe ty zany tsy tena hoe aha be hoe tena maina ray manontolo. Fa ohatra hoe
yeah, it's the tool called refractometer.
Refractor zay zany ohatra hoe fandrefesana hoe 12-10%.
So the moisture level has to be between 10-12% before they're going to remove from drying table. So they cannot, if you don't have that refractometer, you don't know your moisture level, then you wouldn't know what's the percentage of the moisture there. If it's going to be 8%, 9%, it's not really good. If you went over 12%, then you have to find a way how to stabilize it, you know. But that's why they need this tool. You can't just like, this is dry, but it doesn't tell you exactly what's the moisture level right now on that coffee.
Stabilité, le humidité, le optimal dia avy eo tsy azona mosy azy.
Ny alohan'ny analana an'le hodiny zany tena hoe eo amin'ny 12% eo humidité ao anazy.
So how old is this tree now?
Ty zao firy taona ho ty hazo ty zao?
Telo.
How old?
About 3 years old.
3 years old.
Yes.
So basically, coffee, I mean, that's good. I mean, it starts producing the cherry, but usually it takes like 5 years in most cases. But this one, I mean, it's 3 years old, but it's giving you already cherry. So it's good to harvest. But as long as you harvest really good red color, don't take yellow, don't take green. Like this one, this is not ready. So you don't pick them. You know, like this one red, it's okay. And this one, it's okay. Like you see this one, dark red. This is like indication of the good.
The quality.
It's already matured. The bean, how you say matured? And
Just mature.
yeah.
Yes.
But if you want to sell commercial coffee, not specialty coffee, but commercial, just whatever, then you can do whatever you want to do. You know, it's just nobody cares. You see, they started getting red, but they're not ready. But I think it's a lack of nutrition of the
soil.
Of the soil. So, like this, I mean, there is not much of to say that they have leaf rust. There is no leaf rust. It's like a lack of nutrition supplied. How much water they usually put here?
So they water them not very often because now this is the rainy season, which means the soil is still humid.
Yeah.
When it's dry.
Because the coffee also needs enough water supply, you know. Whatever the soil content, and because I don't know what's the pH level of the soil, and that's also need to be measured. And then I would suggest to plant more trees and have them under the shade, because I like shade grown. Because the thing about this sun grown coffee, they mature very fast. And they grow very fast, and they will yield a lot of coffee. But the problem is, after few years, they will deteriorate quickly. The coffee tree, they will die quickly. Because what they do when coffee grows under the sun, they require a lot of water.
Yeah.
So majority the water that they have under the ground, they suck all of them, and so they grow faster and they yield faster. But then after a few years, they can die and are gonna be less productive. Coffee that grows under the shade, under the tree, they mature slowly, but they're gonna last longer. You know, that's one thing. Okay, let me show you here. You see, this can be indication of the leaf rust. Because leaf rust is a main problem in Central South America, in most part of the Caribbean. Because especially when it's rain, the spurs just goes on the leaf, and then that creates a leaf rust, or in Spanish they call la roya, and this can destroy the whole coffee plantation if they're not treated properly. So this, for me, this can be indication that this is a leaf rust. You see, because it starts from the back and it shows in the front.
But how to treat it?
Well, they need to use, in most cases, they use chemicals. And in some places, if you have ability to do organically, but organically, I never saw anywhere that it can be treated because people have to spray and use the chemicals. So there is, I'm gonna find you the special for nuts recipe that some people use to spray.
But does the chemical kill the?
Because you see,
change the
so
taste of the coffee, or?
Well, because it's gonna kill the whole plantation. It's gonna kill the whole tree. So then you're not gonna have any good production. So all this cherry is gonna be like this. They're not gonna get matured. So this, for me, this is already started here with the leaf rust. You see how many? You see how many? This is all leaf rust. They're like everywhere. Yep. That's gonna be a problem.
Leaf rust.
It's called leaf rust. Because if it started with the one tree, it will go to another one, and go to another one, and then slowly by slowly it can destroy the whole plantation. So this one, it's slowly dying because it has a leaf rust even here. You know. So this is like all of them. This is already. Yep. So it's gonna. And how old is tree now?
4
years.
4 years?
Yes.
You see, and it's already screwed up. But this is their first year production, right?
Yeah, I believe so. So means anyone?
Yeah.
Yes,
So-
it is.
La première, attends, 4200.
4,200.
4,200 trees
Yes.
planted here. And they said it's Bourbon. Okay.
Collect them separately or together?
Well, when you have a different varietals, you have to separate them. Because if you're gonna look at the shape of the leaf, like this is much bronzer color,
Yeah.
shiny. This is very green. So this is gonna give you indication that it's not gonna be the same varietal. They're different.
Arabica dulu.
But are they all Arabica? You say?
Well, yeah, it is Arabica, but Arabica is a species. And then Arabica goes by the different varietals. There is a Katura, Katimor, Katuai, Marahaipi, Yellow Bourbon, Red Bourbon. There is different, you know.
Arabica and the space for the
Some karagan.
yung ko sandere tukuni collect yun.
Bago kasi panggarlo sa naman hindi ba nasa balon panggarlo.
Okay, the other thing about the Typica grows this way. So branches goes up.
Like this.
They don't go down. So, and it's usually structure of the Typica looks like that. So Typica gonna be taller, and then branches gonna go up, and there is always gonna be separation of the cherries between them. So if something that goes down like this, and let's say it's a bit shorter, that's not gonna be Typica. This is Typica, but this is also has a leaf rust. It's also affected by leaf rust. This is how old this one? That little baby one?
Just 1 year. 1 year.
1 year?
Yes, 1 year.
My gosh. This also looks like devastated. They're not even green, they're like white because they're already affected by the leaf rust and also I think lack of nutrients.
And no shade.
You know, because I mean this has to be already green. This is like a white color. It's very pale. That's so bad. It grows under the shade because it's not only banana tree, but there is other tree that protects. So these trees that under the shade, they're going to be maturing very slowly, but they're going to have also good yield of the coffee, but the quality is going to be a little bit higher, better. And they don't require so much water like coffee growing under the sun, because under the sun you have to constantly feed them with the water. This one under the shade they don't.
And the tree will last longer.
The tree lasts longer, but the other thing is because it's also part of the biodiversity, because coffee grown under the tree, if you have like a insect die or the bird die or leaves that fall from the tree, they go down and this is create organic fertilizer. It's organic fertilization because they're going to decompose.
Yeah.
The body of the bird decompose, the leaves decompose, and it feeds the soil, so it becomes like more organic. Because in the sun grown, under the sun grown, you have to feed them constantly, not besides the water, but you have to also provide them a lot of fertilizers, nutrients. And this one they don't, because this one just have like a one little cherry here, because they're going to be maturing slowly too. And also look at the leaves, you see color, baby leaves.
This is another color.
So this is like comparing to other one, this is like more gonna be bronzer side. And then leaves, and leaves a little bit bigger. And you also look at the shape of the leaves. Leaves are bigger on this one, and they're like more like oval. The other one, they're shorter and they're more like this. So this is going to give you also indication what varietal you have. Same than this one. It's like, I mean, everything is like so pale. Because you need to create a big shade here, because it's not much helping anything, because trees takes longer to grow. So they need to start planting all the trees around here to create shade for these coffee trees, and they have to proper evaluate the leaf rust issues, and I will try to help them to find a solution with the spray that they have to spray to control the leaf rust disease, because it's going to completely devastate the farm and it's going to kill all the coffee production. And but the shade is more important too, because
these are among the must: shade
shade, and they have to control the liver. Ask him what's the elevation here. How far?
If he's only altitude, 1300.
1,300
Yes.
meters above sea level. Okay.
Is that a good?
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, people think that because they plant the coffee, after like 4 years they start seeing this coffee cherry, they were like, oh, my coffee tree start producing coffee. Yeah, but in what stage your coffee tree right now? And what you're gonna get from this, because this is like a pale color, it's not even green, you know, because this is indication that there is a sickness in the coffee. So it's gonna produce the coffee cherry, but it's not gonna be your good quality coffee. It's not gonna be superior coffee. So you won't be able to sell on the high specialty market, you know. So this is typical. You see here, all of them getting devastated right now.
Yes.
Pulp natural process.
Tsy mampaninona le any ivelany ve le mahita le ohatry ty ohatra tsy afaka hita le nanelanelany kely ty.
Ka io rehefa tena mandeha ny fivarotana dia tsy maintsy ananovany any io. Tsy mampaninona anazy io rehefa tsy le miflotte reny ny lasa zany.
Satria manko
Alright, let's cross that river and not get stuck.